You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
All right, let's unpack this. Today, we're exploring just the whirlwind of tech news, stuff that's really blurring the lines between our digital and physical lives. And AI, well, it seems to be right at the heart of almost everything.
It really is. What's fascinating here is we're seeing this convergence. You've got AI, new hardware, totally shifting digital landscapes all at once. It's not just about new gadgets anymore, is it? It feels more like fundamental shifts in how we live, how we work.
Absolutely. And we've got a stack of fascinating sources that, well, they point to a future that's kind of already unfolding. We're going to try and connect some of those dots for you. So first up, let's talk about work. How we actually do work is changing. Our sources mention this company, Immersed, and get this, 1.4 million users. And many are spending like 40 to 60 hours a week in VR for productivity.
40 to 60 hours?
Yeah. That's apparently more engagement than any other AR or VR app out there globally.
Wow.
That kind of flips the script on, VR struggling to catch on, doesn't it?
It really does. And the key thing, I think, is that it's about work, not just gaming or entertainment. It's showing that VR can solve a real high-value problem for certain people,
right?
Which helps it sidestep some of those consumer adoption hurdles we've seen for years.
Right.
And their upcoming hardware, the visor, it's meant to be, 70% lighter and 70% cheaper than an Apple Vision Pro.
Exactly. And backed by big names, too. Google, Qualcomm, Intel are involved.
See, that shows if you target a genuine need, the tech finds its footing. The future of work, or at least part of it, really does look like it could be immersive.
That's a huge shift to think about. And speaking of our devices becoming more like extensions of us, Microsoft Edge, it has this new Copilot Mode. Basically an AI that tries to figure out what you're doing online. It predicts your next steps, can even take actions for you right in the browser.
Yeah, and what's fascinating there is the change in, let's call it user agency. We're going from tools that just react to us to tools that anticipate us, that try to act on our behalf. Suddenly your browser isn't just a window, it's more like an active assistant, which is, it's a big change in how we interact with information online. Raises questions, too, about trust and control.
Definitely. And this idea of tech extending our senses pops up in hardware, too, right? There's talk about Meta. They're apparently developing a smartwatch, but one designed to work with their smart glasses and Quest headsets. And the interesting bit, it might have cameras to see the world around you.
Exactly, which suggests these devices aren't just standalone things anymore. They're becoming sort of integrated extensions of our senses, pushing what personal device even means. It's like pervasive computing, context-aware stuff, where the tech sees and understands the world alongside you, probably feeding that info into AI. It's a really interesting next step for augmented reality, I think.
Okay, so from our personal devices predicting our moves, let's maybe zoom out a bit, because AI seems to be fundamentally reshaping the internet itself, the actual infrastructure. Online content, mostly free because of ads. Well, now it's basically training data for AI models.
And that's a profound shift, a really big one. AI companies are, they're taking content, repurposing it, but they aren't necessarily sending traffic back to the original source, which breaks that whole ad-based model that funded so much of the web.
Right. So creators are reacting.
They are. They're putting up paywalls, using aggressive anti-bot tools, trying to fence off their content. But sometimes those fences are so strong, they're actually making it harder for humans to access things.
Huh.
And an interesting side effect seems to be people retreating, maybe, to smaller, more curated online spaces, looking for authenticity, perhaps.
Interesting. Okay, so the digital world's in flux, but physical movement is also speeding up. We saw Vertical Aerospace's eVTOL, that electric vertical takeoff and landing craft. It flew 17 miles airport to airport at 115 miles per hour recently.
Yeah, that's tangible progress, isn't it? It's not just a concept drawing anymore. It shows real movement towards electric air travel. Got a parallel push for speed and efficiency in the physical world, matching some of the digital changes.
And circling back to AI one more time, we're seeing smarter ways to build it too. There's Mellum, for instance, a new open-source code completion tool from JetBrains and Hugging Face. And the idea gaining traction is that maybe smaller, more specialized AI models can actually outperform the giant general-purpose ones for specific tasks.
Which connects to this whole discussion about how we build AI for production, for real-world use. It's maybe less about chasing perfect general intelligence right now, and more about robust system design. Clear instructions, making AI agents reliable and recoverable.
Right, not necessarily perfect, but dependable.
Exactly. That focus on solid engineering is pretty crucial if we want to build AI we can actually trust and use effectively.
So wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for us? We've touched on immersive work, browsers that anticipate our thoughts, the internet itself changing shape because of AI.
I think the common thread really is this deep redefinition of how humans and machines interact. It demands a new kind of awareness from all of us, doesn't it? A more critical way of thinking as these systems get woven deeper into our lives.
Yeah. So here's a thought to leave you with. As technology keeps blurring these lines between digital and physical, and AI becomes this sort of constant co-pilot, how will you navigate all that? How do you find authentic connection, reliable information? What's the next step in how we collaborate with these powerful new tools, not just, use them?
Spoken Tech for your ears.